You study what? Pharmaceuticals? Here's your face. Here's your face. Here's the face of the average scientist. Here's a highly respected academic researcher. Guess the game's on TV this weekend. I'd better get back to my job. I'm researching under the microscope chemicals today. I wonder how we could make medicine. We'll use a chemical.
What does that have to do with
your son? He feels threatened on a daily basis.
So what seems to be the problem here, Mr. Hyde? You came in complaining of a sore throat? Yeah, I guess I've been eating pussy too much, huh?
He's disenfranchised because his life is seemingly free from all this. Because he can't name it, he's internalizing it.
Name what?
Racism. I think your son's tumor was caused by racism.
Israel's plan to have a sort of like an ID card system for the vaccine. Yeah, they nixed their thing. They're starting to roll back all the COVID restrictions and whatnot. Now that they can see that they're not.
The grip isn't strong
They're
enough.
not going to win that one. Yeah. So now what's going to happen is all the language surrounding this cock up. They're probably gonna throw some people under the bus, like
Who? Fauci.
Maybe Fauci or someone else who's like bus throwable. Not.
Who's the best person that, in your opinion, that would be bus throwable?
I think Fauci would, because that would satisfy a lot of the right wing people to see Fauci get burned. But they're gonna start saying stuff like the science. New science has come out that says that masks are not quite as effective as we initially thought. Like, that's the type of language that's going to be used to roll it back, so that the people who caused this giant mess, they can still retain their sort of credibility. Not credibility, but the credibility that you get when you're lying to someone and they know you're lying and you know that they know you're lying, but you still maintain this relationship. That's what they have to do to keep that relationship going. If you really drill down with most people, not most people, but if you really drill down with a good amount of these people that are pro-vaccine and pro-mask, it's really about conformity and being sort of the safety of being in the herd, as opposed to really trusting somebody's some TV doctor's opinion. They'll try some other fucking gay thing in 10 years or 8 years or whatever.
They love these things. They just got really good at this one. Was a bravo show for them.
Yeah, this one was everything went perfectly well.
Yeah.
Did you see the court thing where the guy won a lawsuit against some pharmaceutical company because it made him into a gay sex addict?
What?
There's a guy, he took some he had to take some medicine for some immune system, some weird thing, like some sort of not fully experimental medicine, but some type of medicine that's like rare and weird and like not.
It's like a toothache painkiller.
It's not big enough for people to like widely know like what's good with this medicine. He sued like Bayer or something, saying that it turned him into a freak level gay sex addict.
It turned him into Michael Ehrlich?
Yes.
No.
And he won the lawsuit, and like the picture that's in the article is like him crying and hugging his wife, who has like stood by him throughout this ordeal. Parkinson's medicine. Yeah.
What?
Up to 17% of people with Parkinson's disease who take dopamine agonists exhibit an impulse control disorder, according to a 2010 study. The drugs they gave him fucked with his dopamine center, and it wasn't just gay sex, it was also gambling addiction.
Gambling, yeah.
So he was just totally brain fried. That's probably valid. Like, they probably actually did that to him.
Yeah, no, my point is that it's not like he won some crazy, overly litigious lawsuit. It's like, my point is that the fucking medicine made him into a gay fucking sex addict. Like, gambling degenerate.
Just sucking card players off at a casino.
Yeah.
I'm the glory hole guy at the poker tables. All in because I want to go give head. All right, that's enough of these cards. Enough of these pair of deuces. Who's gonna come in my mouth? Which one of you obvious fags is gonna come in my mouth? They're like, Jesus, man, take it easy.
I love when guys have rosy cheeks, and it's usually a symptom that they're taking Accutane for their acne.
Oh, really?
You know what Accutane is?
No.
Accutane is a medicine that is very effective at clearing up acne, and it makes you suicidal.
Oh.
Did you never heard of that?
I love it though.
It's so funny, man. Like that's your trade-off that you make. Is like, do I want to have pizza face or do I want to kill myself? I have suicidal ideation.
Learn how to tie a noose.
And it makes your cheeks like really flush all the time. So if you ever see a guy that's like unreasonably rosy cheeked, it's because they're on Accutane.
So Accutane's main side effect is suicide. Are there any other pills that you know that have really, like, I remember buddies used to take Ambien in like the early 2000s, and they used to like call people in the middle of the night. Like, I love Ambien. And the fact that that's a reality to me is so alarming that people just take like, oh yeah, you know, you gotta watch out because you can call your coworkers up and then be like, you want to make child porn with me? Just like totally, it's like life-changing. Hi, is this my boss? Hi, do you want to make child porn with me? Well, I found a single mother that will give us her child for $7,000. We can do sexual. Thank God I got my sleep tonight. What the fuck? Oh man, I'm so sick of having these zits. But life.
Now that I'm going 100, that divider looks good.
Wonder how cool it would look if my truck was just going in the ocean. Bet it'd be pretty hard to break that glass if I was in the middle of the ocean from off a bridge. Bet you I couldn't break that with my foot in an effort to escape. And I don't have one of those metal things on it. I can't find it anyway.
I can't afford it.
I can't. Oh well.
I can't afford the seatbelt cutter.
More reason to go under the sea.
All these pharmaceuticals have dire side effects.
I like that.
It is kind of funny because it does remind me of the sci-fi thing we're writing, Joyride, because it's like everything should have a side effect.
Yeah.
Like it's like I guess it's kind of like Pokemon cards. Pharmaceuticals are like Pokemon cards. Like you have advantages, you have disadvantages.
Yes.
But they're funny though.
You want to have clear skin?
Not to the people experiencing them, but to me.
You and the other hilarious guys at Pfizer and Merck. You and the other band of fucking chuckle masters over at.
Do you know about the AIDS blood thing? The medicine? The AIDS blood medicine? Where they gave people AIDS blood transfusions?
No.
And I think the lawsuits were settled for like $400,000 or something.
All of them?
Or maybe it was $400 million. There was some medication, and some component of this medication was human blood, and they had like batches of it that were tainted with AIDS. And this was in the 80s or whatever. But they did find out. It wasn't like when nobody knew what AIDS is. It was after like people were dying of AIDS. And they continued to sell this medicine after they knew that it had AIDS and it was killing people. You didn't know about this?
How easy of a trial attorney? All right, you were like, all right, you found a batch had contaminated. It's almost like you got to believe that it's just got to be from the get-go. They're just like, use the AIDS blood in it.
They had spent too much money on the product to destroy the inventory. It was all settled for $300 million.
A couple of guys get a couple of gay cancers, and I'm still cruising, right?
How many people were affected by it? Does it say?
I think it said 20,000.
20,000?
20,000 people took the medication, I'm sure.
Yeah, about 20,000 patients contracted HIV.
No! 20,000 people got HIV?
If you have the chump change, the cost of a college football stadium, you can afford to give 20,000 people HIV. If you so wish. That's the trade there.
About the our culture's reverence for experts. It's like if somebody's an expert in a field, they're like, you know, anything they say is like from King Solomon or something. It can't be questioned. The veracity of experts, you can't question the veracity of experts. You ask them a question, a serious question, something like, is it true that there's heavy metals in vaccines? Are you sure that you should be giving a brain-altering medication to a 6-year-old? Questions like that. You know, you ask them questions like that, and they hit you back with, and what medical school did you get a degree from?
Oh, you're a scientist? Do you study energy and field theory? You don't?
I'll take you seriously. I'll take everything you see seriously. You must be knowledgeable. The medication stuff, there's rare, super rare instances where that type of thing is needed. And most of the time you need to get sunlight. You need to get physically active. You need to change your mental and clean up your act. Put a jacket on if it's cold outside. Okay? It's freezing.
If it's cold, it's freezing.
It's freezing and you're wearing shorts? What is wrong with you?
Put some sweatpants on.
You're wearing socks and sandals?
Have you ever met someone who believes in medication?
Of course, yeah.
That's the craziest shit I've ever seen.
The last time I went to do open mic, probably 90%, probably 9 out of 10. These are like regular guys in their 20s who they're smart enough to want to do comedy, right? They live in Boston. 9 out of 10, their routines were like, oh, so depressed. I just found out my anti-anxiety medicine wasn't doing what it was supposed to be doing because my therapist said that I have class 4 disingenuous trigonometrics voice activation. And it was just the whole time. I've been taking this the whole time, lowering my libido the whole time for nothing. So side effect is, I guess my dick just doesn't work. 9 out of 10 we're hitting him with that. My therapist, my medication, my anxiety is, these are like young white men. My anxiety is so high. I'm doing so bad with my anxiety right now.
I had a blue collar friend of mine tell me yesterday that he's like, my doctor put me on fucking Lexapro. I go,
Kick ass.
Don't do that.
Yep.
He's like this. I was like, well, have fun never fucking your wife again. That's like my dad taking Ozempic like a fucking gay guy. And I'm like, Dad, you realize that you're a dick-sucking gay guy now, right? He's like, shut up. I'm glad you lost 50 pounds. I really am. But just know, I'm going to see you shirtless disco dancing like Vito in Sopranos soon. And you're not going to know why you're there when I catch you.
The drug pharmaceutical company Bayer gave people AIDS.
That's a nice gift.
And they knew that they were giving people AIDS too, and they did not recall the product or whatever. If you want another real scoop, just look up Bayer HIV.
It's hard to argue with capitalism because these financial systems and even the multilateral corporation stuff, it just seems like pure Satanism to me. So it's hard for me to even think about money, because if money's printed, it turns into alchemy. Like, it's not an exchange of precious metal or something. It turns into something that's like mystical.
Yeah. But like they'll just like skirt it. It'd be like them being like the mask with bullets. Like, you know, and then the mask, like they shoot them like bang, bang. It's like doop, 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 like,
or they absorb it and it's in his tummy and he goes like this.
He's shooting them back.
Like, they might as well drive to the people who gave them ovarian cancer, stick a gun right up their pussy and blow them away.
Yeah.
Like Johnson & Johnson, like, oh no, we're gonna, like, that was the new thing. Like, we're just gonna go out of business.
Then they wait till everyone forgets.
Yeah.
Or the people die, and they're like, what are you gonna try to sue them when you're dead?
It's crazy to me.
Well, I think human nature is kind of unavoidable. You can't really. What people tend to do is take the path of least resistance and avoid responsibility as much as possible.
They do it in China. They kill doctors if their families get murdered. They go to the hospital and they kill the doctors.
Really?
Yep. These companies, after all these years of life, you see what they do. It's like their only purpose is to shorten your lifespan. That's what it really seems like.
It's just lazy people that are trying to skirt blame.
Oversight.
It's corrupt people, and it happens. It happens just the same in socialism. The more you have like a high trust white society that has a government that's accountable to the people, the better it is. But we're never going to have that. We're not going to get that. The only way to change people's behavior is if you're wronged so greatly by somebody that you have to go do something about it. People are so they're so desperate to cling to like comfortable life that they're unwilling to do some crazy Braveheart shit like that. Huh? Is that my son? Is that my son? Are you there? Oh. Right guard. Pepsi Cola, Johnson & Johnson.